This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, two things I wanted to talk on. I wanted to talk on why it's a bad idea to promote other games when, the thing is this. If I wanted to play other games, I will play other games. But if I'm playing a particular game, or if I post a clip, video, tweet, whatever of myself playing a particular game, and then you want to respond to it talking about that game's bad, play something else, that's not going to make me play other games. That's going to make me want to play the game that you're saying that I shouldn't be playing. And the reason why I say that is because, there's this parkour game called Storror Parkour Pro. And, it's, pretty much like the title explains itself. It's just this big giant parkour game, go around this, city, and you're just doing a bunch of different, random stuff. It's pretty much like skate, but without skateboarding. It's, it's just, you're just kind of just running around, but they replace it though with, just like parkour stuff. So your character can do like backflips, front flips. There's just a bunch of different random stuff that you can, do. Jump from building to building, jump from like a big old giant building all the way straight down to the, ground. I think it's just, you got hit like barrel rolls before you hit the ground and stuff, but it's a good concept. It's just that the game currently right now, it's very bare bone. But that's what I wanted to do for like half of this episode is give out ideas to the developers in case if they are listening to this podcast episode. Highly doubt that they will, but just in case, I will do like videos and a discussion post overall explaining how this game, it could be a great game. But no, I did want to talk on the one game people were saying that I should have been playing instead of Storror Parkour Pro, and it's this the new or the latest zombie game from the series Dying Light, but Dying Light the Beast. Yeah, people are commenting saying that I should be playing that over Storror Parkour Pro. Now, to compare both games, Dying Light, I would say that it's partially finished. I'm not going to say that it's all the way finished, but it's partially finished. At least they have an idea of what they wanted to put into the game. I feel like with Storror Parkour Pro, there's so many different things that you can put into that game. And that's what I like about it, is that it leaves out a lot of different opportunities versus Dying Light. It's just pretty much a story being told. And there's nothing wrong with that. I like story-based games. The thing is this, though. I like story-based games that are finished, not bugged out, not glitchy, not, I gotta wait after about 10 to 20 patch updates in order to get the game that I paid for. No, I like playing games like back in like the PlayStation 2 days, where it's like you had one chance, one shot to release this game, no problems. And for some reason, it's like people want to take advantage of today's society of games, but they want people to pay full price, give it good ratings and all that stuff. I'm not going to say that Dying Light the Beast is the worst game that I've ever played, but comparing it to Storror Parkour Pro, I would say that Storror Parkour Pro is a little bit more developed versus Dying Light the Beast. And the reason why I say that, and I'm like, Storror Parkour Pro, it is an early access game, so I know people will probably ask, well, how can I make that that assumption? How can I guess, say that about Dying Light the Beast? Like, what's wrong with it versus Storror Parkour Pro? Well, so the one thing that I had faced in that game that pretty much, it was the deal breaker. I was like, nah, I'll never play Dying. The only way I'll play Dying Light the Beast again is, after all these patch updates come out and the game is on sale. And I mean like a dramatic sale, not no 10% off, or $1 off or something. No, I'm saying like I'm paying the price that they're charging for Dying Light 1. That's probably the price that I'll pay for Dying Light the Beast, because the thing is this. When I play a video game, I don't want to experience bugs and problems and all that stuff. And I know there's going to be people trying to defend that. And I'm like, okay, well, it tells me if you're going to defend that, a game being buggy and glitchy and all that stuff, if you're going to defend that, then I could tell that you didn't come from that era of playing PlayStation 2 and games from like back then, games before Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Even then, you still seen where a lot of different games were coming out and they were finished. It wasn't no bugs and no problems, like stuff. Like if there was glitches, it was like glitches that were funny, like that swing set glitch in Grand Theft Auto 4, where it's like it'll lunge your car like halfway across the map. Stuff like that, okay, cool. But glitches that's gonna prevent me from playing the game or progressing in the game, yeah, no, I can't work with that. So anyways, I'm playing Dying Light the Beast. I progress all the way up until they have me do this mission where I gotta connect this like giant cord to this watchtower. So anyways, I get all the way up to the top, like right where I'm supposed to climb up at. For some odd reason, cannot walk across this ledge that they want me to go up to. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, if this building is surrounded by this ledge, how am I supposed to, I guess, like climb up? Like what part am I missing? You know, like where exactly do I need to go? And the game's not telling me where I need to go. So I got to figure it out on my own. That I don't mind, because that's the thing though with Dying Light, is the concept of that game is that, you know, yeah, you got to figure out your own way. But I'm like, if you're having it where the only way I got to go to is blocked, how am I supposed to progress through this game? So anyways, I noticed it was like one of them, like them running zombies, them fast zombies and stuff. It was behind me. So I was like, all right, I ain't gonna worry about that. I'm about to go into this building, finish out this mission and stuff. But I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get across this ledge. I kid you guys not. I don't know how the zombie climbed the building, because they usually have it where zombies can't climb, right? And I'm like, because if that's the case, then I'm like, the zombies should be climbing cars. They should be climbing ladders. Any and everything's in that game, right? So anyways, I go and I'm climbing around, you know, trying to figure out where I could go on to this building. The zombie runs across this ledge and is standing there waiting for me to climb up there. And I'm thinking to and so no, even prior before that, I literally jumped up. Like all he just had to do is just walk over and he's good, right? He for some reason teleported like maybe a foot or two away from the building and fell directly to his death. Now, somebody's going to please have to explain it to me. Why is that something that I should play? Why is that something that I should pay money for? Because the thing is this, when I played and beat Dying Light 1. When I played Dying Light 2, I never experienced no issues like that. Same with Dying Light 1. I've never experienced no issues like that where there's, I guess, like if it's on some stuff where that area is blocked, it hasn't been unlocked yet, kind of like how they used to do with the Grand Theft Auto games, stuff like that, then I'm like, okay, cool. That makes sense. I can understand that. But if there's nothing that's preventing me from going up there and it's just the game or the developer's wrongdoing, why should I sit down and play that game? I guess to those that's out there commenting saying that I should be playing this game, why should I play that if that's the experience that I'm having with it? So that's why I was like, yeah, after that, I'm like, nah, I'm never going to play Dying Light the Beast again. The only way, I'll play it is when that game goes through a dramatic sale or if it's given to me for free. But I highly doubt the developers is going to give me the game for free. So I'm like, nah, I'm not. But the thing is this, though. If you're expecting me to be that person where I'm going to crash out, break my equipment, and then go I go up to Best Buy, get me a new keyboard, mouse, monitor, controller, all this other stuff, and go right back to playing the game, that's not going to happen. No, what I'm going to do is ask for my money back. The thing is this. If I'm so happy that I didn't buy this game, because I was very close to buying this game on PlayStation, and I was tempted to buying the game on Xbox, but I was like, you know what? No, I play games like this better with a mouse and keyboard, so let me just go ahead and play it on my computer. If I would have bought that game on PlayStation, because that's the thing, PlayStation doesn't have it where you could get your money back. As soon as you start playing, as soon as you play the game, you start the game up and all that stuff, the game is yours. I remember learning that with the one game. It's like Black Myth Wukong or something like that. And I was like, based off of my last experience with that game, I'm like, no, I have no desires on playing that game. A game where it's like it doesn't want you to progress. What's up with developers doing that though with their games? They just for some reason don't want you to progress. Like I'd rather play a game that's bare bone and empty. At least then it's like they're giving you a foundation of what's to come in the game. And just talking on Storror Parkour Pro, it's like, they might not have a gang of missions and all this different content, but the thing is this though, everything that you see in the game. It ain't like they're preventing you, or, you know, I guess like, yeah, maybe the game might have some bugs and problems, but if that, and I think that's the developers, their first game. I'm like, you know, yeah, maybe if they had like a bunch of different games underneath their belt, then it's like, okay, I'll probably would have a little bit more to say, but yeah, that's their one and only game versus Dying Light. Hold on for a second. Let me see how many games the developers done put out for Techland. Dying Light 2, of course, then Dying Light 1, Call of Juarez, Gunslinger, Crime Cities, God's Trigger, Pure Farming 2018, Dead Island. So yeah, I remember them doing the Dead Island games. They did like a rally racing game, and then there was another one of those Call of Juarez, I believe that's how you say the name. But anyways, you guys got a bunch of different games underneath your belt. You've been doing games. It looked like the earliest game that y'all came out with was back in 2000. So I'm trying to see. Maybe there are some other games that you guys are older games and stuff. But it's like, if you guys have been making games since 2000, you most likely are older than the developers behind this Storror I don't even know who the person is behind this Storror Parkour program. But it's like, you're either your company is older than the developer, or if not, you guys have been developing games a lot longer. Explain to me, how is it that this game is more developed than a game where it's like you guys got like games underneath your belt? Like you guys like should know what you're doing, but you can't even have it where a person can walk across a ledge, where in reality a person would be able to climb up and walk across that ledge. Like, what's preventing me from walking across that ledge? I guess if we're talking on some real life stuff, if I climb a building and then for some reason my body is just, I can't climb, I'm like, okay, what's going on with my body? See what I'm saying? It's like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, so why would you guys think that that would be something that a person would want to experience in the game? Like, I truly do believe that there are developers out there that'll put bugs in games. It's like they thinking it's like some sort of Easter egg hunt or something where it's like, oh, you gotta figure out these bugs and then write about it. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be doing that with a video game. When I pay $60 for a game, I want to play a game, not play a bug simulator. If that's the case, then I'm like, that's what they need to start doing with games, where if a game, they need to have like a thing saying like, hey, there's a bunch of different bugs reported in this game, so are you sure you want to buy it? Because it's not like the developers is going to come out and talk about it. They want people to go out and buy their game and just waste their money on it. I'm glad I was able to get my money back for that game, because I'm telling you right now, because I just know that with Steam, there was the one game, Peak, where I was trying to get my money back for that. I mean, yeah, it was only $5, but still, I'm like, that's my money, you know? So it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't care, you know, how many times I ask for my money back. It's like the developers should get their act together and develop a game, rather than, oh, let's just sit and see how much money we can make and then wait until, yeah, pretty much the next game comes out and then our game just dies off. But people are still going to be, you know, lost out of their money and stuff. Because I guarantee now, I promise you, if, like, let's say sometime down the road comes and then they're all like, oh, we're going to shut down the servers and all this stuff and you'll never be able to play Peak again, am I going to get my money back? No. Because the reason why I say that is that there's this other, it was like Super Moves or something like that. It was this parkour game that came out a long time ago. They never say anything about people getting their money back, and that's a game that I'm stuck with. And I think I paid like I know I paid well over I think it was like maybe $20 for that game. If not, I just remember I paid money for that game. It wasn't a game that I got for free. It'd be one thing if I did get the game for free. Then I'm like, okay, it's whatever. You know, they come out with a patch update, fix it. All right, cool. But it's Dying Light Techland, the company behind Dying Light, are they going to do that? No. So that's what I'm saying. It's stuff like that where I'm like, if you guys know that there's issues with your games, you need to be either working on these issues or you need to wait on releasing your guys' game, fix out those issues, then release a fully developed game. But I get tired of that. I get tired of playing games where it's like they halfway undeveloped and they got all these different issues and problems and stuff. And I was like, man, that was the thing too, is that I recorded a video reviewing Dying Light and I was saying all these good things about it just for me to experience that bug. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad, because I probably would have, if I had posted that video, I deleted it. So I'm like, glad I didn't post that video, glad I didn't mislead people. Like, no, I'm going to tell the truth about that game. It's like, yeah, that game's not working. And it's one of those things where it's like, if you're debating on whether you should to buy that game or not? No, don't buy it. Buy that game when it's like they have like a like half off sale, or you know, like it's more than a half. But if they are like 10% off, and it's like instead of paying $59.99, you're paying like $54.99 or $49.99. I'm like, nah, bro. It's one of those things where even then, still, it's not worth it. You know, I don't care how much content they have in that game, how long it'll take to beat, or all the other. No, it's like if you're going to have bugs in there that's going to prevent me from progressing through the second or third mission, I'm sorry, but I can't play a game like that. So, anyways. But yeah, then also, I wanted to do that too. I'm like, now that I didn't say everything I need to say about Dying Light. But no, that's what I wanted to say about Storror Parkour Pro, is that they definitely have a foundation for it being the best parkour game out there, because and I think they're working on that too, because they're all like they want to add more missions into the game. So I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a must. Add missions, add new areas to go to. What else? Have like a proper character customization. Like they have it where you can select a character, but I thought I read somewhere that they were gonna have like character customization. So definitely, and maybe they might add it at some point in time, because I don't know how long this game's supposed to be in early access. And yeah, hopefully by the time I put out this podcast episode, it ain't no situation where I done regret saying what I done said about this game. But anyways, there's like, this game will be in early access for 6 to 12 months with frequent updates to the game, adding new mechanics and content throughout the early access period. So yeah, this game did come out in March. So probably next year, I could see probably by that time they'll come out with a little bit more updates and stuff. But yeah, I was like, people are trying to compare the parkour to Dying Light to Storror Parkour Pro, and I'm like, the parkour is a lot better in Storror Parkour. That's a parkour simulator. Dying Light, it's like they added some parkour elements, but it ain't a parkour game. Like, it's just, you just going around killing. The visuals of killing the zombies, that's probably the only good thing about Dying Light the Beast, is the visuals. But it's like the story, I mean, the story seems like it's alright. It's like, it's going back to the original game. Your character has to take this zombie juice to become more stronger and stuff. And the thing is this, I'm not trying to hate on the game. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but at the same time, it's like, I almost did get stuck with this game, you know? So that's why I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like, maybe at some point in time that game will be better, but for now, I would definitely recommend you guys stay away from that game. And you ain't got to go out and buy Storror Parkour Pro, but I'm just saying though, like with that game, they definitely have a foundation where it could be one of the biggest parkour games out there, but they definitely should have like some, like a thing where you can kind of just create, or like where the fans can create stuff, character customization. Also have it too, because that's one thing about that game, is that, so they have like a bunch of different challenges that you can do throughout the map. They should have it where it's like, when you complete the challenge, like it either grays out or something, so it's like, okay, I know I completed that challenge now, like, let me, because it's like, I don't know, it just seemed like that it would be a little bit more helpful and stuff, versus like, okay, wait a minute, did I do this already and then I forgot, versus if it's grayed out and it's like, oh, okay, I know I did this already, especially if you kept the game for a while. But anyways, and then also add like NPCs, because they do have like a chase mode on there, where I guess like if a friend of yours also has the game, then it's like, you guys can play like tag or something like that. But I'm like, how many people are going to jump up and buy that game? So that's something that they should consider, is add like NPCs or AIs where it can simulate, I guess, what a person would do in the game and stuff. And then they can also have it where it can kind of be like how like Tekken, how they did it with their last game, Tekken 8, where the AI like learns around how you play. So it's like, oh, okay, I know he likes to do this, so it makes it a little bit more difficult and stuff. They can either have that, or it could be like some difficulty thing, like, oh, how would you like that? Would you like the AI to be smart, dumb, or kind of in the middle, where it's like, they make some smart choices but also make some dumb choices. But it's like definitely a lot of different things that they can do with that game. And so they can have like floor is lava, escape like a zombie, I guess, like if they want to throw shots at Dying Light, maybe have it where it's like, oh, escape a zombie horde or something like that. What else? Yeah, they should just have like a bunch of different stuff that you could do in the game, like make it into like the ultimate parkour simulator, where it's like, it seems like it's like a Disneyland but for the parkour fans out there, where it's just a bunch of different things that you can do and stuff. So, and then also on top of that, definitely have it where the missions kind of, not the missions but the challenges, explains itself a little bit better, because there are times where I'll be doing the challenges and then they say like, okay, do this, and then you do it and it's like nothing happens, and it's like, okay, I don't know if this game is bugging or what, but I'm like, yeah, stuff like that, it needs to be fixed. So, but my thing is this though, at least when they have it where I come across a ledge, I can climb it in that game, not on those stuff where it's like, you can't, for some reason, you could climb any other ledge, but you can't climb that ledge. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service, and peace.